Well, Master, that was an eventful evening. The king's daughter seems like a wonderful woman. She's from a wealthy family with lots of influence and power. A woman worthy of marrying someone such as yourself. I apologize, Master. I did not mean any disrespect to you or your future bride. I wish you both nothing but happiness. You want me to speak my mind, but I am. I want what's best for you. It is my job, after all, to look for your well-being. Besides, you know your father prohibited me from speaking to you in that way. He said that I should know my place. Yes, I know we're in your room. But what if he were to come in? Okay, he'll allow me to be truthful. I think she has a beautiful appearance. She carries herself with such confidence and pride. Her clothes are always lovely and fashionable, and she speaks so gracefully and elegantly that she could put anyone she talks to at ease. She is the perfect example of what is expected of a princess. In addition, she has a lot of influence and power over the kingdom. Any person that marries her would immediately become one of the most powerful people in the entire nation. This is my honest opinion of her. I'm not. You asked for my opinion of her, and that is what I'm telling you. There's another question. Okay, sure. Go ahead and ask. What is my opinion with your marriage with her? I think she'll be a fine partner for you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to attend to other duties. Please don't ask me about this again, Master. While I am still your maid. Good night. Oh no, what have I done? I was so rude to Master. The only times I walked out like that on them before was when I would get flustered by their teasing. And they knew I was playing along. But this is the first time I've left their room angry. I couldn't stay any longer talking about this. If they knew how I really felt, I don't know how they would respond. I'm just a maid. I'm just a maid. There's no way a person like Master would ever see someone like me as someone more. I need to let go of that dream and enjoy their company while I can. Huh? Master, what's wrong? Why are you... Why did you pull me into your room like that? Did I upset you that much? I'm sorry. Please, forgive me. I didn't mean to be so rude. I promise to never do that again. What? You're not upset? Then why did you pull me by the arm into the room? I didn't answer your question, but I did. No, you're right. I did not. Well, if I may be so bold, I don't think you should marry the princess. On the surface, she seems lovely. She's beautiful, charming. She knows just what to say to people when in public. But when she's not being seen by the public eye, I've heard she can be really cruel. She's rude to her personal butler, and she looks down on everyone that works around her mansion. She's demanding and easily angry, and she's not afraid of correcting people's mistakes, as she puts it. What happened? What do you mean? You mean during the dinner? When you stepped out and saw me standing at the door trembling? I can't. She told me not to, otherwise... Master, why do you look upset? Master, wait, please don't speak to her about this. I promise, I'll tell you what happened. When you stepped out to meet your father, she asked me to guide her to the washroom. That she wanted to get to know the maid that served her future husband. I thought maybe she would be as kind as you are. That the rumors about her weren't true. But, once we went into the hallway, she immediately pinned me to the wall. She said, "Who do you think you are, acting so comfortable around the future prince?" She told me I was a nobody, a foreign brat who didn't know who she was, and accused me of trying to steal you away from her. When I told her that it was not my intention, she slapped me across the face, saying that I was in no position to talk back to her. She told me not to tell you about the incident. She threatened my family and told me that she would make sure we left the kingdom once the ceremony was over. Unless I volunteered to leave the day before the wedding. She then walked through the doors and immediately put on her best smile for everyone. Almost like the incident didn't happen. Or more like it didn't matter to her. I didn't know what to do. That's when you startled me and asked me if I was okay. I just put on my best smile and you know the rest. I can see the way you're clenching your fist. Please, don't be upset with her for my sake. That is why I don't want you to marry someone like that. I worry that she will treat you in a cruel manner when she gets what she wants from you. I just think you should marry someone who's honest and kind. Someone who cares about your well-being. Someone that will do anything and everything to make sure you live a long and happy life, asking for nothing but your love in return. I'm sure the idea of marrying a princess is the dream of everyone in the kingdom. But even if it's not someone as elegant as the princess, I think you should look for someone else. Oh, so you're not interested in the princess? Ah, because you already found that someone. I'm happy for you. Truly. I hope you make each other happy. If you don't mind me asking, who is this person? One of the noble's daughters, or someone you've met on your travels? You're looking at her. But the only person here is me. Wait, hold on, you don't mean... No, Master, we can't. Do you know the outrage this would cause? What would the king think that his own daughter was rejected for a simple maid? And his daughter would surely do everything she could to hurt my family. And your father... He would not only disapprove, but he would surely disown you. Your reputation, your wealth, your status... You would lose everything. I'm not worth all that trouble. I'm just your maid. That's all I could ever hope to be. And I'm happy with just that, as long as I get to be by your side. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go attend to my duties and we can pretend this conversation never happened. Master, let me go. Let me continue being your loyal maid. Please. You have one more question. Very well. One more question and then I'll leave. Why do I like you? Master, that isn't a simple question to answer. Well, if I had to give a reason, it's your kindness. Do you remember when we first met? All those years ago? We were both really young, but I remember it like it was yesterday. My mother and I had just arrived in the kingdom. We were refugees escaping the war in our home. We were both cold and hungry and desperate. So my mother knocked on the doors of the mansion and asked if we could work for your family. We barely spoke the language, and because of our long journey, we did not have the best appearance. Because of that, your father was quick to dismiss us, yelling at us and ordering us to leave his property. But as we were leaving, you and your mother entered the room. You asked him what we had done so wrong to deserve such awful treatment, and your father did not know how to answer. Your mother asked us all to leave the room, and after a few minutes they both came out, offering a place for us to stay and work, so long as we proved ourselves useful. Since then we've spent so much time together, and you've taught me so many things. You even took the time to teach me how to speak your language. Even when I struggled with it, you never once made fun of me. You always encouraged me to keep working hard. So, on the day I was finally assigned to be your personal maid, I was so happy I could just burst. To have the opportunity to spend my days with you, that was all I could want. It's not your money or your status or even your good looks that I find appealing. It's your whole personality that I feel is the most valuable part of you. Anyone who doesn't see that is as blind as a bat and as foolish as a clown. But even though we live in the same household, our worlds couldn't be further apart. It's taken me many years to accept it, but I have. Master, what's the matter? I'm sorry? I don't think I heard you correctly. Run away with you. Please don't play with my heart like this, Master. I would love more than anything to just pack my things and ride the next train with you and live happily together. But you need to listen to your head and not your heart, Master. Would you really sacrifice everything just to be with me? I've heard stories of nobles that have affairs with their maids. They use them as their own personal plaything and then discard them as soon as they are tired of them. I know that you are not like them. But how do you know that this love you have for me is real? I don't want you to do something you'll regret later. You've always felt this way? About me? Since when? Since we met. I don't believe it. I know you better than anyone in this mansion. I would have noticed. You want to prove it to me. How? What are you doing? Why are you getting closer to me? Why me? I can't understand why. I have nothing to offer you. I've already given you what you want. Of course. My unconditional love. You'll always have that. Now and forever. Then, if you're sure, just let me know when we'll depart and I'll get my things ready. Tonight? Are you sure? You're right. If the princess finds out, we won't have another chance to escape. I'll grab my belongings and I'll meet you out front. It shouldn't take too long. And before I go, I promise I'll do everything to make sure you're happy. Wherever we go, whatever the situation, I'll be by your side. Always.